Hey everybody, Jonathan Scott with Vegas Nonstop with my friend Al B. Schwartz.
Vegas Nonstop.
Vegas Nonstop. Al
Good
B.
to see you.
Schwartz.
Happy New Year, first of all.
Happy New Year. We haven't seen each other since December.
Kung Fu Fighting.
So we're all in favor of hashtag day drinking. So here's to you and here's to me, and if by chance we disagree, then here's to me. He's on water because he's on a special diet from his doctor. It said he can only drink soul juice. I don't know what that means.
Wow.
I don't know what that means.
What a way to start the
But
new
cheers,
year.
everybody.
Cheers, everybody.
Happy Wednesday afternoon or whatever time it is whenever
It's
you're watching
it's
this.
called Hump Day.
For a reason.
That's a good
For
thing for
reason.
Vegas, right?
Yeah, if you're a camel.
Yeah.
So Al's
That
asked
is
me
amazing.
about the big game, the Super Bowl, and he's really a neophyte when it comes to sports wagering. I mean, really, really green.
Even as an athlete,
Al B.
also as an
Schwartz.
athlete, but I'm learning about
You are.
the betting and the formats and the parlays and the over and under and things of that nature.
That's right.
But it's quite interesting because probably the sexiest bet that I've ever heard, I think we were in the middle of baseball season, it was Aaron Judge hits a home run, Beyonce sings New York.
Those little towns.
It was something so
singing with you
something so abstract that I didn't understand that that's actually how it works. So I appreciate you kind of schooling me on the betting game in terms of the parlays and things of that nature. But it was interesting because now that would be the only bet that I would be interested in doing is if Tom Brady throws an interception, if
We could do that.
if
Could
there's,
bet that.
if there's a if the temperature is above Jurassic.
I don't
not
know if
Jurassic
we
Park.
have that one. I don't know if we have that one.
Yeah, if the temperature actually goes above Antarctica.
Well, Chicago, with the wind chill right now, in Chicago, it's 40 degrees below zero.
Oh, man.
So stay warm, everybody. Stay safe, all of our friends in Chicago. I'm just happy I'm here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Again, hashtag Vegas Nonstop. Go to our website, vegasnonstop.com, and look at some of the past shows. Our friend George Wallace was on with us last week. And George,
Vegas Nonstop.
Vegas Nonstop.
News and
And Al's show is the Secret Garden Radio,
yeah, Secret Garden Radio.
and Al's on every day, so he works much more than I do.
No, but guess what? But I want to make sure that, very specifically, that I want to make sure I deliver. I want to deliver, some music for us to celebrate each other in terms of, because as of right now, all the stuff that's going on in the world right now in terms of the hate and all type of stuff. I just want to make sure that I maintain delivering a joyful noise.
I think
Which is an old
your hit
church
song really sums up our relationship night and day.
Oh man, yeah. One of the 15.
I don't know which one of us is night and which one of us is. I think you're day,
Yeah.
which is really strange. But
Yeah.
I'm more night. I'm more out at night. And you're up early, and
Yeah.
I'm out late.
I'm sleeping.
He's sleeping. I'm like, Al,
9:47, yeah.
can we go see something at 10 o'clock at night? He says, no.
No, I can't
Tell him
do
to
it.
move it to 7 p.m.
If you can move it to 7
Can't do
o'clock,
it.
I may make it as long as I take a nap in the afternoon.
So it's Patriots and Rams, and I'm taking the Patriots and the over. The Patriots are favored by minus 2.5 points. Of course, they're playing in Atlanta, which our friend George Wallace calls Wakanda.
Atlanta, that's my second and third home.
It is,
yeah,
right.
absolutely. Just a very, very special place to me.
Atlanta.
One of my first concerts back in before I did the Any Heartbreak tour, where we did all the stadiums with myself, New Edition, and Bobby Brown. My first concert was at a place called Grant Park, and it was the most amazing thing. I was like maybe
Grant Park in
17 or 18 years old, and 50,000 kids showed up to the concert, and it was a whole fun. I think I'm like an old black Justin Bieber because back then it was like
believer.
the police, rescue and helicopters and all that. But it was so much fun, and it's such a rich, in all seriousness, Atlanta has such a rich history in music and,
I've been to
culture.
Buckhead.
And, yeah, so Stone Mountain, Buckhead, the Underground. Big shout out to the ATL. I love Atlanta.
That's where the Super Bowl is.
Absolutely.
It's in Atlanta.
Oh, it's about to go down.
So you said you know a lot of the players on the Rams?
You know what it is? No, what I do is I have very specific players that I like. Because I have to be very specifically as a New Yorker. I am a New York Giant to heart. Obviously, we're sitting at home watching the game, playing the violin, going fishing, or whatever we're doing.
The violin.
But at the end of the day, I'm a New York, Giants, Jets, Nets, Mets, Liberty, Rangers,
You remember
Islanders.
a Mets and a Yankees fan?
Yeah, I have to
Or
be.
you're just all New York?
No, I'm all New York. Anything New York I represent.
It's like I'm all Chicago now. I used to be only Cubs, but now I'm Cubs Sox.
But I do love watching individual players. Like I'm so excited right now about the news with Ant Davis, which everybody calls him on social media, and they call him that's my other son because he has a unibrow like me.
You have a unibrow? You got a unibrow?
Only on Thursdays and Fridays. So,
I thought you
big shout out to Ant Davis. And what I'm enjoying
Pleased.
about this, let me segue into this. I'm so proud of LeBron James in terms of taking control of the business. Because what happens is, I'm going to be honest with you, for many years it's been all about the old boys club and the owners and ownership, and it's kind of a ship, without, for lack of better terms. So it's nice to see these players understand their value, really take charge, take the bull by the horns, take charge, and say, listen, we're generating all of this revenue. I mean, and another example is just something as simple as these kids in college. I think that they should find some form of compensation for these kids who are having, their numbers, their likeness, their jerseys on PlayStation, on, they're sacrificing their life, and it's great, fine, you're getting the education, but you're also attracting students to the university as well. But at the same time, it's a job. So find some sort of, even if it's favored nations, just across the board for everyone. There's no superstars, no whatever. There's something, because what happens is, as you're the most exciting player, and I'll give you a unique example, as your most exciting player on the court, and the TV revenue is through the roof, and these colleges have all this major TV revenue, and your mom is living in the project somewhere, and she, come on, it's like, there's something just twisted about that part. But so I just feel like, hey, listen, let's give these kids an opportunity to get, like employment. Like if you're working for a team, you're working for a university, you're generating revenue, you're part of their revenue generation. Give them something, even if it's a favorite nations. Let's say it's 20 grand or 50, something across the board to get these kids paid. And everyone that I've spoken to, whether it's Shaquille or anyone else, has kind of agreed in the same aspect to say, give these kids something. Give these kids something outside of, them being these superstars on the court, and then their parents are struggling to pay the light bill.
Well, we had Tony Sanchez was on the show with us, and I get messages. It was on the show with us, and he's the head coach of the Rebels football team.
Love Tony. Big shout out to Tony Sanchez.
Tony Sanchez. And we talked to Tony about what happens to the kids that don't make it to the pros. And that's why his program really stresses on the education.
Absolutely.
To get these kids an education, because what percent really make it to the pros?
Probably 1 point or 0.1.
Yeah, a 0.5% make it to the pros, and they think they're going to make it. They hope they're going to make it. They play their hearts out for their college and for their team, but the reality is they're not going to make it, and they're going to have to go out into the world and make a living somehow.
Right.
So the educational factor is really
absolutely.
paramount.
But guess what, Jonathan, it would be the same thing that I would say to the athletes who do make it to the pros, because let's say they leave school early. This is America. If there's an opportunity, if Bill Gates calls you and says, hey, Jonathan, I have a position here at Microsoft Radio to do sports, and
right.
You know what, I'm going to pay you this.
Right.
And you, let's say you're young and unexperienced, and you want to say, well, you know what, thanks, Bill, but I need 2.23 more years of experience. It's like, really? No, this is a land of opportunity. Figure it out, get that job, take advantage of it, and maximize it. And then this is the land of opportunity. So taking advantage of the opportunities that lay before you is most significant, at least in my book.
Let me tell you my favorite Bill Gates story. Bill Gates was playing in a golf tournament, and the guy that he was playing with kept after him to bet on each hole. You don't play golf.
I played the tournaments.
I
played the tournaments, and I don't have a handicap, but
my handicap.
But I am
is my whole
handicapped.
game. It's my whole game. So every hole, this guy's bugging Bill Gates. Let's bet on this hole. Let's bet on this hole. And Bill Gates is like, I just want to play the ground. Let's have some fun. They get to about the 12th or 13th hole, and the guy's bugging Bill Gates to bet him on the hole. And Bill Gates finally says to him, "Tell me what's your net worth? What's your complete net worth value?" The guy says, "Oh, about $35 million." And Bill Gates looks at him and says, "Fine, let's play for that." So that's my favorite Bill Gates story. Anyway, over and under is the total amount of score from both teams, and they're saying right now, I think it's dropped since this was published at the Westgate's 56.5.
Okay.
That means it's 34 to 33 would be 60, 67. It would be over. So they've got to get either over and under. The popular bet is really over the amount. It's really dropped to 56.5. And the popular would be the favorite, which is the Patriots at -2.5, which means the other team. And the best way to explain the spread is when you were a kid and you were playing stickball out in the street or baseball, and the other team was better, they would spot you runs They'd say, you're
I'll
better.
I'll give you 5 runs.
I'll give you 5. That's the spread.
Or like when I would race other kids, and we would have a race in the street, and I would let them stand 7 car lengths ahead, and then I'd beat them.
Yeah, that's the spread.
Don't
You're giving the other team is getting an advantage. So the Rams are getting plus 2.5.
I don't think they need it.
Well, then that's what you would bet. You would bet the Rams, and you could think either they're going to score 57 points or less than 57 points, the combined score of both teams.
But I do know this. I know that it's going to be a great game, first and foremost. Second of all,
fun.
I think that you just never know. For some reason, as much as you want to count the guy out, one of the greatest athletes in terms of being able to bring it home
Tom
on
Brady.
the big stage is Tom
Tom
Brady.
Brady.
So anytime that guy, Tom Brady's in the game, you just never know.
9 Super Bowls. This is his
You
ninth
just never
Super
know.
Bowl.
But also, I
With
think
Belichick.
there's no I in team. So I think the combination.
No I in team.
There's no I in team. I think the combination of Tom Brady and
Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick and
the rest of the
and
team,
the organization,
Gronk,
because when the players buy into the philosophy of the leader, I think they have the best chance of winning.
Now,
And I think the young guy, the new young guy, the head coach for the Rams as well. These guys, Todd Gurley and everyone else, they've bought into the system as well, and this is why they've had the success that they have. But there's these two guys in the middle.
quarterback.
These two guys in the middle. This is the new version of Michael Strahan, and who's the quarterback killer of all time?
Quarterback killer of all time.
From the New York Giants from back in the day.
Lawrence Taylor.
Woo!
LT.
It's LT and Michael Strahan all over again on one team in the middle for the Rams.
Well, it's going to be a great game, and there's parties all over Las Vegas. If you're not in Las Vegas, come on. They should have the Super Bowl here in Las Vegas because last year I think it was $156 million was bet just in Las Vegas on this one game. So we've got
Well,
other
if we have
bets.
a party, we got to have DJ Liz do the
DJ Liz is on right now. She said hi, guys.
I know DJ Liz has got to do a
Liz.
little chicka.
Best DJ in Las Vegas.
We
DJ Liz.
love DJ Liz.
Love DJ Liz. So Jeffrey with a G, my co-host on NBC Sports Radio, has got some other propositional bets, such as Tom Brady's first pass will be incomplete, and one of the points for the extra point will get missed. Pays 8.8 to 1. So you bet $100, you can win $880 on that bet. And Liz is still writing us something. I can't read it. I don't know.
Hey, Liz.
Says, "Hey, I love you." So that'd be another propositional bet. At the Westgate, there's 1,000 different propositional bets. You can bet basketball with football. You can bet golf with football.
See, those are the things that I like. I like to just
Those
go
are
across the board.
fun.
And is
bets.
that still called a parlay?
Called a parlay.
Yeah.
Now, there's only 2 pages of parlay bets that you could make, besides the over and under and the final score. These other propositional bets cannot be parlayed. Will either team make a field goal in the first quarter? Yes or no. You can bet on the coin toss. It's 50-50 on the coin toss. The shortest made field goal of the game, over or under 26.5 yards. Total field goals made by both teams, over or under 3.5 field goals. So there's 1,000 of these things, so you can really have a good time. And again, you can combine golf, you can combine basketball as we go deeper in. Total field goals made by Zerlane. But I'm going to get to the stuff that's like golf or basketball. I know I like basketball.
Is or will Anthony Davis end up a Los Angeles Laker?
I don't know about that one. But here's who will have more points and rebounds. Zion Williamson from the Duke, or the Patriots and Rams at half points, -5.5.
Zion.
Here's Knicks. Who will have more? Grizzlies plus the Knicks first quarter points, or Josh Reynolds in receiving yards? It's -5.5. Who's going to have more points? So it's all across. You can combine basketball and football. You can really combine any sporting event.
I like the Zion bet. Not only just the simple fact that we mentioned Zion. This young man is history in the making, and I wish for him the best in his endeavors moving forward, and hopefully that the people around him make the right decisions. along with him as a man, because this young man this is Charles Barkley meets LeBron James meets Grandmama, and all in one package. He's 280 pounds. He's 6 foot 9 or 10. He shoots the lights out. I'm not saying Steph Curry lights, but he shoots the lights out. For someone his size, he has the handle of a Magic Johnson, and it's just so nice to see the next one come forth, and I'm really looking forward to seeing a bright future from this young man. So.
Jonathan Scott with Vegas Nonstop here with my friend Al B. Shore, talking about football, and Al's got his show, Secret Garden Radio, and Al, people don't know, Al mentors a lot of young musicians, a lot of entertainers who are coming up in all fields, not just R&B or rap or whatever. And I love that you do that. We were talking about education a little while ago. We're sitting here hashtag day drinking on a Wednesday afternoon.
Yes.
I'm day drinking. Al's on the water diet, but he's has more control than I do. I started at Southern Glazers Wine and Spirits at a whiskey tasting today, and so I'm going to continue on this Wednesday. What do you have going on professionally, music wise? What's going on?
This year, I'm really looking forward to finally embarking on my new album. Decided to do a new album, working with Mr. Teddy Riley, one of the premier music producers of all time, and my team, Kyle West, and I'm possibly thinking about even cutting it down to an EP, so it's not necessarily a full-length album, but that, and working on some new television properties and some film properties, and just working on this health and wellness program that I've
I wanted to talk about the silver stuff.
Yeah,
because you've been talking to me about getting on the silver supplement.
Yeah, well, right? So what silver is? So back in the day, you had what's called colloidal silver. So soldiers in war, that's what they would pour into their wounds if they had wounds, and they would cure bacteria, infection, all that type of stuff. So now there's something called structured silver. So structured silver now is something that actually leaves your body within 12 hours. So the structured silver is, kills bacteria, yeast infection, all those things, and it's something that actually assists me in keeping and maintaining the weight loss. So I've lost 100 pounds over the last year. 100 pounds.
You look like hell, really.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
I'm kidding.
But it's a combination of things. Actually, I did the surgery, but I also cut out bread, rice, and pasta. Sugar. I did all the things to maintain myself to get up to that point so that my body would be acclimated to doing so. And now, but this thing I discovered called structured silver is something structured silver, which is actually cleans your core. So it's about cleaning the core. You can actually find out more if you go to albshore.net/silver. ALBSURE.
Is it a powder? Is it a
no,
pill?
it actually looks like almost a bottle of peroxide, and you can gargle it. You can take teaspoons of it.
So it's liquid.
Yeah, each
liquid
day, three teaspoons a day, and it cleans your core. And for anything that you're trying to do, let's say you want to drop a few extra pounds. It's a pool season coming up, and you want to go out in the pool and hang out with your crew, and you want to drop a few pounds. The only way to do that, because we have so many things going on, sugar is worse than heroin. All this stuff is crazy. So
sugar is worse than heroin.
It's horrible. It's the most addictive. These major billion-dollar conglomerates generate most of their revenue from returning customers, and the returning customers are as simple as people who are addicted to sugar. People, come on, bread, rice, everything, all that stuff turns to sugar.
I love chocolate.
So do I.
I know you do.
Stop playing.
I know we get that special chocolate over here.
And but at the end of the day,
have you given up chocolate?
No, that's the only thing. I love cigars.
I know you do.
And I love a bowl of chocolate, and it's funny, I thought I had some in my pocket. Well, maybe I do, but I can't. But it's, anyway, long story short, the structured silver is something that's
So you drink it 3 times a day?
No, you can gargle it, take 3
and it helps you with your weight
you
loss?
can gargle it, and because everything's very specifically, you want to kill bacteria.
Yes.
So the number one cause of death is heart disease. So heart disease...
Is that?
Yeah, very specifically. So heart disease, and what happens is heart disease is very specific to your oral intake. So anything in your teeth, your cavities, so any of that type of stuff, it's a direct path to your heart. So what you want to do is you want to try to keep that clean of infection, things of that nature. But like I said, structured silver gives you the best chance of cleaning that bacteria, infection, yeast infection, anything. Because once your core is clear, then you can work on the other things. But if your core is all screwed up, your whole your intern, that's once it's all screwed up, it's almost impossible to even begin to try to lose weight. It's beginning impossible to even maintain it if you have. So it's just a great remedy as it relates to. But you can find out more. Like I said, just go to albshore.net/silver. ALBSURE.
People are talking about it. I'm hearing it from other people, not just you.
Yeah, and a lot of the athletes are now doing it. The professional athletes, closers on the Yankees and Mets, and so it's a great thing, and it's an updated version of what the colloidal silver used to be, but that would stay in your system and have a little bit of after effects. So now the structured silver is something that's significant now. So like I said, albshore.net/silver to find out more, and just let them know that I sent you, and could even give a little discount. In fact, we're about to do a 60-day challenge, which is if you go to the 60daychallenge.com, and it'll be something that's very significant, because to get you involved at the ground level in doing this is besides music, I want to make sure that I give forth a gift to everyone that I know. So music is that, because music is also medicine for me. So music and also healing. So if there's something that I've attached myself to, obviously, I'm not an endorsement guy, so I'm like, here's this product. I don't want to do all that. But this is something that's actually helped me. So I said, let me share with people, and the company gave me an opportunity to do so. So I said, hey, listen, why don't we share with everyone so you discover what it is as well. Get your core in order, and once your core is in order, then you give yourself the best opportunity to do all the other things you want to do, like lose weight and shed all the unwanted fat.
Well, I know you like acting also. You're in the movie with Adam Sandler.
Oh man,
last year.
Yeah, what a fun deal at Netflix. Sandy Wexler
movie
with Jay Leno and Chris Rock and Adam Sandler, and
everybody was in that movie.
It was such a fun.
It just looked like a party.
It was a throwback to the '90s, and the manager, Sandy Wexler. What a fun thing. I was looking for, like I said, I'm looking forward to the new year and doing some more film and television. Now I'm more comfortable with myself now, because I decided to get my core in order, get the weight down, and be comfortable, instead of when you're working on a project, you're doing something, you worry about how fat your cheeks are, you worry about you're not comfortable in your own skin, you tend to kind of turn away from yourself. So I figured, let me get it right. But the last part of it, besides the diabetes type 2 and all the other things that I need to control, my young grandson, which little Chase,
wanted you to be Santa.
5 years old. He walks Santa up. He says, "Ooh, pop-pops." He touches my stomach and says,
"Not in front of my face."
No, in your face. He says, "Ooh, pop-pops, you can play Santa Claus next year."
Yeah.
I was like, "Whoa!"
That's what started. Plus, you turned around number age, and that.
Yeah. And turning 50 was my.
I know part of your legacy also is your son, Quincy, who stars he's in the show Star
Fox series and Star,
and he just re-recorded. You did a duet on your hit song "Night and Day" that I was talking about earlier. So if you're not familiar with Al B. Shore, you could Google or go to iTunes or
just go to albshore.net.
albshore.net. The song is
everything's there.
Everything's
at
albshore.net.
And and it's all good. And I want to, but I need to make an acknowledgement. I want to send love, light, and prayers in abundance to actor Jesse Smollett.
It happened in Chicago, my hometown.
Happened in Chicago,
it's just terrible.
A very horrible hate crime.
Al and I talk about this a lot.
There's no tolerance.
Al's my big brother. We talk a lot about
no tolerance for hate, no tolerance for this.
Stop hate and live love.
It's horrible. Please say your prayers and just your well wishes, and you look him up if you don't know who he is. He's a young, up and coming monster of an actor, and he's just the nicest, kindest, talented young man who plays on a Fox show called Empire. His name is Jesse Smollett, and he was the victim of a hate crime that was the most horrible, heinous act you could ever think of. And I don't even want to. It's under my skin right now.
And I like to think that we're a lot more evolved as a species than we are, and that's a pure example of people that hate and have hate in their heart instead of love in their heart. And it's so much better to come from a position of love than it is from a position of hate. So, I know our viewers are kind and loving people, and you've been with us for a long time. I always enjoy my time with my big brother here, Al B. Shore, and that's it. Everybody, be nice to each other, eat well, party hard,
and do me a favor. Actually, if you want, go to my Instagram. All of my social media is the same. It's official Al B. Shore, official ALBSURE. If you go in there, I did a post dedicated to Mr. Smollett, and I'd like you to maybe make a comment and just send him your love and and care and prayers and for a speedy recovery, because the most horrible thing, and we just want him to know that he's not alone and that we support him. I don't care your religion, your preference. No one should be treated and put a noose put around their neck. This is not the 1800s. Shouldn't have been done then, but there's no place for it here in America or anywhere in the world.
You want to sing us on out of here? Give us a sing.
My Sharona.
Da na 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 na. Is that what's playing? I don't even.
Yeah. My Sharona.
I don't need it.
Peace and blessings.
Eat well and party hard, my friends. Like us and share us and like us. Thank you to my big brother Al.
Vegas non-stop.